Okay, so I've switched my recording. I'm still recording from I've switched the app I'm using. I'm still using the iPad, but now it's an app called Explain Everything. See how we like this. So week 2, constellation of the week is Sagittarius the Archer. And Sagittarius is one of the zodiac constellations. And actually, it's that cool half human, half horse. So he's kind of like an archer. And you can kind of read the short mythology behind him. I mentioned it's like a big old soap opera. It says, he has parents, Saturn, and I can't pronounce that other name. But notice that he changed himself, Sagittarius, changed himself into a half human, half horse to escape his jealous wife, Rhea. So, go figure. When we look at the constellation here in a minute, the sky map, we're going to see another asterism. Remember, the Big Dipper is an asterism, and the Sagittarius has an asterism called the Teapot. So the Teapot is within the constellation Sagittarius, and it's really cool because you'll see, well, you'll see the handle and the spout and the lid. Now, one of the things I wanted to mention is that these M objects, Messier object number 8. Now, Messier was a guy who lived in, I believe, the late 1700s in France, and he was an early astronomer, or somebody who appreciated the nighttime skies. I think rich people back then could kind of do what they wanted to or needed to. But anyway, he was looking for comets. And comets, when we talk about comets, actually comets change their position night after night a little bit against the background stars. So he wanted comets, and what he didn't want were these other objects. And so he would set these other objects aside finally and name them Messier Object 1, Object 2, Object 3. So they were kind of pesky to him. But these days, the Messier objects, there's 110 of them, are just beautiful to look at through a telescope. Some Messier objects you can see with your naked eye or binoculars. So, for instance, Messier object number 8 is actually the Lagoon Nebula. It's a type of nebula. Lagoon would be the proper name. And it's a gorgeous thing through the telescope. Messier object 17 is the Omega Nebula. Very pretty too. So, like that. Let's see. Just kind of see all these now. The constellation of the week, then, one of the things that I do is to kind of highlight celestial objects that you can find in that region. Now, when we are going to read later on in your textbook that the constellation Sagittarius is a very special constellation, because within Sagittarius, specifically kind of where the steam is coming out of the teapot, that is the heart of our Milky Way galaxy. So Sagittarius is very important. Sagittarius you'll find in the Milky Way, and actually specifically it's the heart of the Milky Way galaxy. So maybe surprising, maybe not, that we have all these cool objects and clusters there in Sagittarius. So, some of these are just awesome. Let's see, let me highlight. Here we have, I love globular clusters. There's two types of clusters of stars I think I mentioned earlier. There are globular clusters and then there are open clusters. This would be a type, I think, I'm thinking M21 is an open cluster. So there we go. What else do I want to say? Let's go on to the next. So going at the top of this page, you see some more M numbers. It's said that it's almost like if you are trying to just, you're randomly looking for objects in the nighttime sky, you can't go wrong by turning your attention to Sagittarius, and even in the vicinity of that asterism, the teapot in Sagittarius. Just some beautiful things. So a lot of M numbers again. So let's take a look at the sky map, and I've got kind of an assortment down here of things to show you. So here, for instance, you kind of see the archer, the half man, half horse sort of thing. Here you can start to kind of make out the teapot. Can you kind of see this is going to be the lid? Okay. This is an asterism, and this is the handle, and then the spout is going to be right here. Okay, so that's the teapot, and it's highlighted down here. Let's see, what else? This one over here, this sky map, is just to kind of put in perspective where Sagittarius is relative to some other really neat constellations. Cygnus, the swan, is right here, the Northern Cross, and both Cygnus and Sagittarius are in that squiggly line. There is the Milky Way. So there you have it.